when you go to character creator, you no longer just pick between those races. You're now just playing as a Goobu. Just this is my character now. I'm a Goobu.
I'm a level 90 Gobu.
Hey there, Warriors of Light. Welcome back to another podcast episode. Today, I'm joined with our usual suspects, Kevin,
Ayo.
Ryan,
Hey.
and of course me, Chris. So today we're going to be talking about something fun. You know, we had a lot of lore-heavy episodes, and so we're going to talk about jobs we want to see in the future expansions.
Yep. And these expansions, they better give it to us. Yoshi P, this is not a request.
This is non-negotiable.
It's gonna happen. You're gonna put these classes in.
So the layout for this episode is we're gonna talk about like our top 5 choices and, you know, give a little bit of what we think they could be like if they were introduced into Final Fantasy XIV, and we'll start from our least want to our most wanted, and that's how we'll go through it.
Yeah, I know we said least want, but it's like it's a top 5 list, and there's like a bajillion fucking jobs in Final Fantasy, and so it's like it is least wanted on this list, but it's also like something we want to
still
see.
want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is our top 5, but we're starting from the bottom.
All right, Kevin.
And now
I think you should.
Kevin's gonna
start
take
us
us
off.
Oh, you want me to start off?
Yeah. What's your number 5?
My number 5 is the Onion Knight,
On your wall.
or the Onion Knight. I don't know if you could make a full job out of it, but it'd be fun maybe as like a limited job, just because the mechanics of it just wouldn't. I don't think it would really mix with the balance of the game. Because Onion Knight's whole deal is that for like every job you level up, it increases, or like master, like in previous games, like it would increase its like damage output basically. And then I think there was also something with Onion Knight with like the chicken knife, where it was just like horrible damage output.
They just bring a butter knife to a fight.
Pretty much that's what it was. But my idea was for it to be like a combo based class, kind of like Dancer, so where it has like a weak and a strong combo. But the gimmick of the class would be for every weak combo you do, it gives you a stack buff. And say like you get like a total of 5 stack, you can get like the max amount of damage you can get from the strong combo.
I think that could be pretty cool.
I don't know if it would work in like a full game balance sense though, because I feel like that would take too long to A, get up or have a decent opener, and B, like I just feel like it would be too inconsistent.
When you posted your list, I thought I thought it was gonna be a limited leveling job. Personally, I was like, oh, it's like one of those blue mage like clear Aurum Vale in 5 minutes jobs.
Yeah, I feel like if we're gonna go like the limited job where you have like a mini game sort of collection thing with it, I feel like it would be Onion Knight would be like trying to get certain like weapons, like certain swords that have like that would be a good chance to maybe put in some like other Final Fantasy references into like specific swords. Or like specific weapons from other games, because Onion Knights, well, at least in Final Fantasy III, their whole gimmick is they don't really have a class, but Onion Knight's kind of their quote-unquote ultimate like form.
Yeah, I would say another benefit to being an Onion Knight as well is like they can equip everything.
Yeah, I remember even in like the Dissidia games, like Final Fantasy Dissidia, like that was. I always forget the name they gave. Is it just the Onion Knight or Onion Kid in Dissidia?
I think it's just Onion Knight is what they called him.
Yeah, but his whole thing was he had just a whole variety of weapons he could have access to.
Yeah, he was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think you could equip any item to him or any weapon to him too.
I think he also could like switch jobs in the middle of combat. Like
That might have been like magic to like physical. It might have been like.
I
Anyway,
think
yeah, Onion Knight's cool. I think it's a cool concept, but I don't know if it has enough to be a full job.
I feel like the quest story would be really funny though.
I think it would be fun too.
Imagine like literally god killer extraordinaire, world saver 3 times over. you give them a job stone, right, and they get this like silly armor, and then you hit them, and it's like 1 damage.
I feel like that would also
what
be a
the
good way to reintroduce Gilgamesh back into the side story content. Because if it's like a quest for like weapons, then obviously Gilgamesh would be on that quest too.
Our best friend Greg making a reappearance.
Best friend Greg.
Your guys' best friend.
All right, you
Just do the quest. That's all I'm asking from you, dude.
Never.
It's just so easy.
all right. Oh, that's all I got for Onion Knight.
I can go next. So right for number 5, I put Geomancer.
Well,
And so for some people, they think of like there was this character from Kugane and the astrologist quest line, and he was a Geomancer, and like they had a really cool storyline of like how he was able to seal, like he uses like paper tags and seals to like put away demon spirits that are like trying to encroach on Kugane's like land and stuff like that. And I feel like that's a way cooler concept I want to see explored, because that's such like the opposite of like what I think of when I think of Geomancer.
where it's just trash.
Yeah. Because in Final Fantasy Tactics, Geomancer is one of the worst jobs, man. I swear. It's so bad. Like,
Yeah,
it's so stupid.
I think even in like 5, it wasn't very useful.
Like,
I
the
think
idea is cool that your spells are based on like the environment you're in.
Mm-hmm. But that's the problem.
Yeah,
It's based on the environment
Like
you're in.
ass.
So you can get some really bad spells, and then you're just like, all right, well, I can't do anything. And like in tactics, they have their main weapon that you can equip. I mean, you can equip multiple weapons based on like how you cross class stuff. But like what they usually start off with for Geomancers and tactics is like an axe, and like axe has the biggest disparity in damage. Like, it has the potential to be the highest damaging weapon in the game, but it also has the potential to be the lowest. And it's just like, it's a coin flip on which one of the two you're getting.
Jesus.
So it's just like, you target your opponent, and it's just like, it's going to do 62 damage. And you'll hit them with the axe, and sometimes they'll just be like, it does 98 instead. And you're like, hell yeah. But then other times it's like 16. And you're just like, please!
What is this?
And then, like, if you're fighting in a snow area, you got your little Geomancer. He's like, I cast Blizzard. And you're like, all right, Blizzard. Heck yeah. I'm like, level 68. How much damage you going to do? Blizzard does 18 damage. Nice.
Oh, damn. Oh, wait. You just hit an Ice Flan.
Just
That gets
happy to be
18
here.
plus HP.
So I hope that, like, I want to see more Geomancer in this game, because I want it to, like, destroy my biasness towards this class. Like,
What if it's like based on the weather, like the weather condition that you're in? So like for like dungeons, it's like, oh, cataclysmic class weather, and so like you're damaged as well.
that'd be really interesting, but then I think like you have to go back and recode all the old content with its random weather effects they have in zones.
Yeah.
But it'd be really funny to see weather effect. You go into like the third fight in a savage tier, and it's just like, wait a minute, the weather effect here, slightly foggy. Can't do it, guys. I got bounced.
I gotta switch class.
Geomancer has the potential to be the strongest DPS output, but also the lowest.
What do you mean 5-mile-hour winds? Like, what is that gonna do? And, like,
Oh
just
yes,
do 1
apocalyptic,
damage?
my maximum power.
All right, Chris, what do you got?
All right, so my 5, I probably did something similar to you, Ryan, and I based all of mine on like Well, mine's tactic advanced because that's what I grew up on. So,
Yeah.
I based it off. My first 5-1 is going to be Elementalist, because I just feel like, well, I don't really like magic DPS, but I think being able to like switch between like different elements would be fun. And like basically it'd be like super advanced ninja, where it's like, okay, fire plus water makes super lightning, and that's your burst phase, right?
Yeah.
Like, or like storm is like water and wind, you get like a hurricane like burst phase or whatever. Like I feel like that'd be a really cool like magic DPS to just base it all off of like the aether elements and stuff like that.
So you're kind of like adding like a little stance into like how you weave in like your abilities in that class.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really cool.
I think it'd be fun, and like, cause like, what do we have for magic DPS? Like, red mage is balancing black and white magic, but realistically, they're just a melee DPS. Summoner has the Aggies, right? And like that you kind of do a little bit of elemental stuff. And then black mage is only fire and ice. So I feel like, I mean, earth obviously is a white mage thing. Wind is also a white mage thing. But I feel like just having a class dedicated to like elemental spells, that'd be pretty cool.
I think that'd be really cool, especially if you take it in a new direction, like how you said, like you can take the elements to add like different effects to what you're doing. That'd be
Because
really
like, how many aether crystals did we get? It was like 6, right?
Yeah, because you get wind, lightning, fire, ice, water,
And earth.
earth. Yeah, that was the 6th one. Okay, I blanked.
But like, yeah, I feel like it'd be nice to be like, okay, so my base ones are like whatever, or you could have it so that they're all unlockable, you know, and like depending on which one you do, it forms a combo action.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like water and earth would do like plant magic and shit, you know.
I think that could be really
It's
cool.
like fundamentals of life, and yeah, I don't know. I think it would be like just a random one that like it's a bit big brain because you're like, okay, what's the optimal burst for me? But
Yeah. I mean, if people play MMOs, they're not shying away from like finding out what's optimal.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
And I'd like to see an actual stance heavy class, because like I know Monk has stances, but it's kind of like a background. Well, I guess not anymore with its rework, huh?
It just straight up doesn't have stances anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
now it's just hit same button or hit 2 different button of same button, you know.
oh,
Yeah, like it's really taking the back seat.
Hey.
What? You literally just fucking said that. What are you talking about?
so yeah, we need a stance class there.
But yeah, I feel like that'd be fun. All right, a little added game. Out of those 3, which one would we vote for?
Oh, we're doing tournament style.
Tournament style, we gotta narrow it down all the way.
So we got
Elementalist,
Elementalist,
dude.
Onion Knight. Yeah, Elementalist sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, Elementalist.
Yeah, it's Elementalist all the way. It takes the number 5 spot.
Yeah. Adrian, put it on the screen.
Put up a little graphic. Number 5, Elementalist.
Number 5.
Whatever you're gonna use for that. I don't know.
Put like cool like element things on there. Like not the avatar though. That's copyright.
Get the Watch Mojo thing going.
Watch Mojo. Elementalist. 2005.
All right, Kevin, what's your number 4?
My number 4
Yes.
would be Beast Tamer.
Hey, yeah, my number 4 is Beastmaster.
Hey.
Bro, mine is not Beast whatever. So I'll have you know, everybody, mine is Beast Man.
Just the actual beast.
Yeah, just a fucking marble.
God.
When you go to character creator, you no longer just pick between those races. You're now just playing as a Goobu. Just, this is my character now. I'm a Goobu.
I'm a level 90 Gobu.
Every emotion you do is just you sneezing.
But it's like actually a really intense rotation.
I decided to be the level 2 ladybug in Grisania.
Gobu player 12 sneezes excitedly.
Those level 1 players never saw it coming.
Bro,
I'm gonna be that.
imagine if the
What is that?
ladybugs
That
started
like,
busting out a rotation. What the fuck?
what's that like level 12 like turtle outside of like a lot of the starting zones?
The adamantoid?
Yeah.
Of the Adamantoids.
Unsuspecting new players.
Patch notes. We up the aggro range of adamantoids.
Oh my god.
They are now the watchdogs of the starting area.
They will now attack anyone at spawn.
It's
You
go
just
time the
walk
moment
in
you
there.
walk out.
Yeah. Oh my god. The second you walk in, you just get fucking mugged by like 3 of those things.
But yeah, I want a Beastmaster. I would like an actual pet class.
I think it would be fun. Again, I kind of have envisioned it more as like a limited job type deal.
I would do it like it goes with the upcoming like what was it Island Sanctuary?
Yeah, that'd be
stuff?
kinda
like
fun.
you
Yeah.
just like fill up like your ranch or whatever with like
Yeah.
cool monsters and stuff. That'd be fun.
Be a little monster
a
rancher.
monster ranch if you
Yeah, a little monster ranch, you know, and then like you train them and stuff, and like
Yeah.
not sponsored by Monster Ranch, by the way.
Dude, I had whiplash when I saw that was on Steam. I was like, what?
Right.
Dude, I love that game. Don't buy the port though. This is since we're not sponsored. Don't buy the port. It's kind of bad.
That's how you know we're not sponsored. We're actively
Just-
telling you not to buy it.
Just do your favorite ways of playing old games that you have no access to.
But yeah, for Beast Tamer, I didn't really have any like battle mechanics or anything thought out for it. I just thought it would be a fun mini game type deal, where
Well,
like
they get the bell, obviously, or like a flute.
or something. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool if you got the little dog from Final Fantasy X, Yojimbo's
I just
little
want the
dog.
fucking hat, the little green hat.
Yeah,
Adrian, put the green hat that they have.
just the green hat. All right, thank you.
Right.
Well, yeah, I feel like you'll probably have a better thing for Beast Master, I guess, in your case. Well, I guess it's kind of the same job we decided on.
Yeah, I think I would actually like to see a pet class. Because, like, they kind of just, like, remove that entirely. Well, not entirely, but, like, for the
Gutted
most
it.
part, Summoner and Scholar are just, like, the pets are there, but, like, they're not an active,
Oh, you know, it'd be cool.
like, an active
It'd take a lot
entity in
of it'd take a lot of programming. But what if like it was based off of your minions you have?
Well, that's just Lords of Vermilion, isn't it?
Yeah, but Lords of Vermilion kind of sucks.
Yeah, yeah.
But like it'd be more like Pikmin, like you just kind of like throw
just
your
follow you.
fucking minions.
Oh my god.
They follow you around, and then like your burst phase is them just all running and mobbing the fucking.
God.
That'd be really good. But, like, I would like to see it just because, like, in Final Fantasy 11, I think they have, like, 2 pet classes in Final Fantasy 11 already. They have, like, I think they actually have a Beastmaster, and then they also have a Puppet Master in 11.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
So I want to be,
I would-
I just want to see something that allows you to play, like, basically you have to micro you and your pet and, like, have to juggle between the two to, like,
You're gonna be
maximize
playing
damage.
Age of Empires.
I think it'd be really neat. I think that's something that's, like, lacking at the moment in 14.
Pets, yeah. It'd be nice.
What's your number four?
So the one that's not beast related. I chose a fighter for my number 4 slot.
Oh, just straight up fighter?
Straight up fighter. So my whole idea was it's gonna be like, so you remember Final Fantasy 15, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And like Noctis is cool, right? Like he just kind of pulls out the weapons.
You just want to knock this class?
Yeah. I mean, it's already coded in Final Fantasy. We saw it in the event, so
It was freaking cool, too.
That's, like, the opposite of what I envisioned it, because when I think of fighter, I think of the Final Fantasy 1, the little red sprite, just of the dude.
or they're like the fists.
Yeah, he just walks up, hits the little sword twice animation, and he walks back.
Yep.
Well, I was trying to figure out the best way of doing it, but like just to make it not busy, because I was like, okay, so like obviously a fighter is someone who fights, a lot. They're like a weapon master. So I was thinking like, oh man, like maybe either they have like just a bunch of weapons on their back and like it just kind of switches depending on what you're doing, like what GCD you're doing. And like you'll have like burst phases where you like switch from the weapons like really quickly and stuff like that. So I was like, how do you simulate having a bunch of weapons on you without looking like a chunkster, like
Like
So,
a walking
I was like-
arsenal.
Yeah, like that would not work in the dungeons that we do. We're like jumping around, flying around. Like you couldn't have all those things on your back. So like I was like, oh, we could just do a ring, and then I was like, oh wait, that's just Final Fantasy 15.
I would unironically want that.
I mean,
really
that's
cool,
why
yeah.
that's why I said it. But like,
If
You
just
tell me I
imagine
can wear
having like
3 rings.
yeah, it would just be called like a weapons master ring, and then it would just switch. It'd like throw out astral weapons and stuff.
I unironically really want that. Like, if a Noctis class got added in the game, I'd play almost nothing else. Like, because his combat and his whole sense of style is so great. That fighting style is so amazing.
You could argue that you're literally playing everything else.
I'm the biggest brain. I play every class at once.
God. All right. So we got Beastmaster, Beastmaster again, or Fighter.
I would pick
I
fighter.
think I'll go fighter.
I want the Noctis class. Give it to me.
All right, Adrian, put it up. Put up Fighter. Draw a little drawing on it. A little guy.
No. Just a picture of Noctis. That's
Just
it.
a little dude.
just knocked it. Like the. Do you guys know about the mobile Final Fantasy 15?
Oh my
like
god. XVS.
like the little chibi
I haven't
Noctis.
seen
Put that
that,
on
no.
there.
Oh
my
no,
God,
the
hold
mobile
on.
port.
Yeah, the mobile port
Oh
of
my
Final
God.
Fantasy 15. Yeah.
Put that
I
crap
didn't
on the
even-
screen.
I didn't
Put
even
that
know
on the
they
screen.
had that.
Hold on, I'm looking it up right now.
It came out like the same year that the proper game came out.
I only know of it because of the memes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't play 15 until like what, a year ago.
That's true.
I jumped on that bandwagon way late.
Okay, you're not gonna believe me when I send this picture. You're not gonna believe me.
I'm about to see some deviant art stuff. That's not real.
It's real.
That's not real. What is wrong with
It's real.
Gladio's face?
Bro, you're just worried about Gladio's face. Do you see Gladio? Look at him. Look at him.
He
Adrian,
skipped
pull
leg
up
day.
Gladio. Pull up Gladio right now.
Why does Ignis look like a freaking like fox?
I think.
Adrian, you're reacting in the Discord right now, but listen. What is this? I have no words.
I'm waiting for your response in the Discord.
I can't wait for. I can't
Oh, the
wait
flower!
for.
Oh my gosh, the way Ignis's hair looks in that picture, I thought the flower behind him on the left side was his ear, and I was like,
Yeah.
"What happened, bro?"
Got stung by a bee.
Damn. Gladio's literally all chest.
Oh
I'm
my
telling you.
gosh.
It's an experience. When I saw this in like a meme, I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Dude, that is wild to look at.
Yeah, but yeah, Adrian, put that next to the sticker, next to that list right there. Number 4, Fighter, Noctis Mobile Edition.
God dang. All right, Kevin. I can't keep looking at this. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is Time Mage.
I also have that on my list, but somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Okay.
I say, if you want, you can go ahead and discuss your ideas for it, but I'm gonna save mine for when we get to it on my list.
I mean, that's fine. I just like the idea of Time Mage, and I feel like it would kind of round out the White Mage, Black Mage, Red Mage. Also, Time Mage is one of the more...
You forgot Blue Mage.
Oh, Blue Mage. But
Good old Blue Mage.
I feel like that would kind of round out... Because they're technically the Green Mage, quote-unquote. But yeah, I don't really know how you could implement them without fundamentally breaking the game, but I would like to see it.
Well, here's how you do it, okay? So you know how in Final Fantasy X, Tidus gets slow magic and like fat speed magic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like 99% of the time, that magic doesn't work.
So you just
Okay.
make it like a 10% hit chance.
So all you have to do is you just code in Time Mage and then have none of their spells work.
Nothing hit. I like
Everything
it. I
just
like it.
lives.
Everything except your auto attack.
I'm really liking this third position right now. I think I might put my vote there.
All right.
The do nothing class.
Oh,
They have all the time in the world.
I feel like Ryan will have a better argument for Time Mage. I just think they're cool.
All I
I
know
agree.
with my limited knowledge of Final Fantasy, my very limited knowledge, every time time magic is involved, either it doesn't work when you need it, or it has very tiny effects. That's all I know. Because otherwise, it would just break the fucking game.
Yeah.
And in some games when they do work and it works effectively, it does. It is the best buffs and debuffs you can have in the game.
I mean, just having more access to doing more actions is already good enough.
But let me tell you what. Do I still use slow in Final Fantasy X on every boss just to see if it works? Yes. Does it work?
It works on
No.
some of them.
Literally only one. Because I remember, because that's the first. Well, okay, I hit fast on Titus, and then I do slow on the boss,
Yeah.
and then it never does work.
Yeah, I can talk more on this when we get to it on my list, but I do have some ideas that you can actually make this class work.
Okay. Well, speaking of which, what's your number 3?
I have Chemist, or
Yeah.
well, it's called Chemist in Tactics. I guess, and they already kind of alluded to it in Shadowbringers, but it's called the Apothecary, I think is what they called it.
Like
the
the
Shadowbringers
whole ass
quest?
apothecary.
I think
Yeah.
so.
But like, I would like
Would
to
it?
see an item-based healer.
That'd be fun.
Actually make use of like potions and Phoenix Downs
Yeah.
in combat and stuff.
Oh.
And so like I think a way you could do that to differentiate them is like they could be instant casting. Like, you know how in melee DPS, like melee versus range DPS, where like, you know, bards, dancers, and machinists, they can all like auto attack and like cast all their stuff regardless of where they're at, and it's all instant, right? So I was thinking like you could do that for Chemist and have all of their heals just be instant casts, where you just click and shoot effectively on all your teammates.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think the drawback for it would be like, I guess like to make it to where it's not like the definitive best one at that point. If everything was instant cast, because all it does is just throw a potion at your face and just let it hit you. It would be just like make all of their healings all GCD related
That would fucking suck.
instead of off globals like all the rest of the healers.
That healer would literally be the greenest healer. Like, I don't see a hint of red in that healer.
There is no green DPS for that. That one's too busy actually healing.
Because you'd be just sitting there like mashing 1 to throw potion 2 at somebody. And you're like, stop taking damage, you bitch. I thought when I saw it on the list, I thought of like a few things. And one of them is Monster Hunter related. Big rip. But in the Monster Hunter X series, which is like cross and double cross, they had a class where you literally carried it was called the alchemy style, basically. And like, it didn't matter what weapon you had, you carried this big fucking barrel, and what you would do is you would like mix it around, and then it would do like buffs and shit and heal.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah. So then like you can like do combinations and stuff like that.
I'd like to see that too.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Mudra system, but for healer.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. What if you have fucking what's the one where you have to stand still?
That's Tenchi Jin.
Yeah. You just have to do that. You have to open the barrel up and you're dumping shit in there.
My only input on that is I hope they go the route they did for X2 with the Alchemist, which is basically the Chemist, where their main weapon is just a submachine gun.
I say in Tactics you can also equip guns to Chemists.
It reminds me of the meme of the fucking the anime doctor. It's like, I'm a healer, but
Just pulls out the gun. What about you, Chris? What's your number 3?
my 3 is honestly one of my favorite ideas. So it's kind of hard because they're kind of like it's kind of two things, but not. And they're called Chocobo Knights, or like Moogle Knights or Mog Knights. And basically in tactics, what they were is like they had like Moogles who just did melee damage, which is pretty rare because Moogles are like soft little fuzzy guys. So a lot of the time they did a lot of range stuff. But I always loved Mog Knights because they had like fucking Mog Anima and shit like that.
Mog Anima?
What the?
Yeah. So like the strongest attack in tactics, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, is called Anima, and you can learn that skill. Or is it Ultima? I don't know. I think it is, it's interchangeable at this point. But either Anima or Ultima, and like if you get a Moogle Knight and give him a great sword that has that skill, it changes from regular like Anima to like Mog Anima or Mog Ultima, and it's just Moogle themed. It's so your Moogle
really
can
funny.
do Anima or Ultima.
That sounds like
But
a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it'd be a cool thing, and like either it being Chocobo or Moogle related. Like just imagine like your burst phase, you just hop on a Chocobo, right, and then your GCDs go real fast.
I would love like a cavalry like class where you're
what I'm
constantly just
saying.
mounted up and just like ready to throw.
Yeah, and then it has a joke costume where it's like an inflatable like Chocobo.
The Halloween
great.
costume.
The only costume I would use. But the only reason I really put it on though is because like I feel like it'd be nice to be able to like use our Chocobos, like besides just having them as like battle buddies and like as a mount, like maybe like miniaturized versions of them, so like they're not too big. But
I mean, theoretically they could, because they made my first Chocobo quest mandatory.
yeah, but like that's what I'm saying is like unless you're actively like hanging out with your Chocobo, like he doesn't really do much in your pocket.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't seen.
Oh no.
I haven't seen him. What's his face in like months.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
no.
Jesus Christ. But Ryan, can you imagine riding into battle on Constable Sandwich?
Yeah, I think that'd be sick. Or even just like, again, if you kind of like, it's kind of, although that's differentiating it, but like, even if it's just like a beast class where like you can just, it's you and your Chocobo just teaming up, taking on bosses and stuff and doing dungeons.
It'd be so fun. I would, because like you would give a shit more. Like Kevin doesn't give a shit about his Chocobo. He doesn't even remember what his name is. And then vice versa, you really care about Constable Sandwich. I think like it would kind of bridge the gap between those two people,
Sandwich is awesome. He's helped me out through so much.
Chocobos are tools to me.
Oh my god.
To an end.
Kevin's the Mario player that like jumps off Yoshi to save himself.
Oh my god.
What? I'll get another one.
Jesus.
There's another one in the next level.
I can already think about the level cap ability too. It would literally be just Chocobo meter.
Oh yeah, Chocobo.
I would
Yeah.
love that.
That'd be really fun.
Just a little Chocobo-sized rock just following down.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be just a fun little class, and like it's unique. I don't really like, because of the limitations of most Final Fantasy games. I don't imagine them. Has there ever been like a Chocobo night? Like they're riding on a Chocobo and like
In Final
they're
Fantasy
fighting.
X.
Okay, yeah, but you don't really fight on the Chocobo.
Well, yeah, that's not.
You see knights who ride Chocobos,
Yeah.
but you
And
don't
they're
see
called
them
Chocobo
fight.
Knights. Well, they're called Chocobo Knights.
Yeah, but you don't see them fucking fight, do you?
Yeah, you do. You just see them get eviscerated like immediately.
Yeah.
I know in the first tactics you can ride the Chocobo to get further movement, but that's effectively what it does. It just makes your
Yeah.
movement farther, so then you can get up there and do your normal attacks.
I feel like our yellowed friend needs a highlight,
I agree. I think that would be a really cool class, actually.
Sure.
Well, I know you don't give a shit about your Jimbo themed chocobo.
Magnite, I'm all over it.
Oh my god.
A Magnite. I know the class in Tactics Advanced is just like it's a Moogle on a chocobo, but hearing Magnite in comparison just makes me think you ride a Moogle in the battle.
That'd be amazing.
That's a lot of Moogles.
They carry
just
you
ride
like
it.
the Namazu.
You just ride it on the King Mog.
You know what it would be like.
What?
Remember that fucking game you showed us about the guns and like the Pokemon?
Oh my god.
Oh,
Power
Power World.
Yeah, it'd just be like Pal World. Like,
Oh
you
my
remember
God.
when they pulled out the little like sheep thing and like used it as a bullet shield? Like, that's just
God.
you, and then you just hear Kupo noises
God.
as it takes a tank buster.
That'd be so funny to see.
Alright, we voting?
Okay, so our options are Chocobo Knight / Magnite,
Time Mage.
Time Mage,
And then Chemist. I got Chemist.
yeah. So, I personally like the Chemist idea because I
Yeah,
think
I
it'd be
was gonna
fun.
go for Chemist.
I think it could be a really unique healer class. I'm not sure if my ideas would be any good.
Or we could have Time Mage twice on the list.
I'm not putting Time Mage twice on the list.
No.
I mean, I could have made all 5 Time Mage.
Alright, I'll put my 2 cents in for Chemist.
Alright, so number 3 will be Chemist on our official
Alright,
list.
Put up Chemist, Adrian.
Put up a gun.
Put up a Tommy gun. Put up a
Bang,
Tommy
bang.
gun, and then a little bottle, a little red bottle. That's Chemist right there.
There you
Adrian.
go.
That's the whole thing. So for number 2, we're almost there to the big one for everyone.
Yeah,
Number
we're
one.
past the halfway point now.
So Kevin, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Orin.
What?
You heard me.
the character.
Yes.
Just the Final Fantasy X character, Orin.
Yep. I feel like I don't need to explain myself here. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory.
For
With-
those who haven't played Final Fantasy X, how would you explain Orin?
He's just a cool guy.
Remember that time he worked for Hades to fight Hercules?
That was really good. No, this is kind of, I mean, Orin doesn't really have like a specific class. But it, like, I guess the closest analog would be to be like a tanky samurai. But I really just put it in here because I really want an Orin glamour. I think that'd be really fucking cool.
They do have a Titus and Uniglamour already.
Yeah, but the Titus one doesn't look very good.
So that means you should write a strongly worded email to Yoshi P. Just tell him you want the Orin outfit on Mod
Here's my
Station.
audio message to Yoshi P. Please make Orin outfit available. XOXO love you. Thank you.
$25 on Mod Station. Let's go.
$25 from your friends at the free company.
Please do
chat.
not make it more than $25. I do not have it. $25 to spend.
Please make it character specific. I would love it if you did
Character
that.
specific, gender locked.
Gender locked.
Gender locked.
$25, not dieable.
Non-equipable.
You can't equip it.
You have
just
to look
buy
at
it.
it.
Just get to look at it.
You can't discard it from your inventory.
It just sits in your bag the whole time. You can't even put it. You can't even put it in the Chocobo saddle bag. It has to stay in the inventory.
Main bag.
And the worst part is, like, wherever you put it, like, it just stays there. You can't move it in your inventory.
Just the middle of your inventory.
Yeah, it's just in the middle.
Even when you hit the sort button, it doesn't move. It stays there.
It's placed exactly where it needs to be. But
So
yeah,
I guess-
I mean, if I'm not memeing, like a tanky samurai would be cool, but like, I feel like that role was already taken over with Dark Knight.
Yeah, a Dark Knight has a few katanas for
Yeah.
weapons.
It would just be cool to get some of Oren's weapons in. Like, he has some cool weapon designs.
I would like to see a Titus weapon at some point.
That'd be cool too.
Because Titus had some good weapons.
I feel like it would have to be like a paladin weapon though, because
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. But yeah, that's my number 2.
One day you'll get your Final Fantasy X full reference.
Well, we got Anima this expansion. That was pretty
yeah,
cool.
like one little sneak.
I mean, it's more than I
Final
thought.
Fantasy
It's more
X.
than
I mean, yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna get into it, but like, the fact that it wasn't a trial just made the full expansion just really fucking. What the fuck is even gonna happen?
Yeah, I really thought it was gonna be a bigger thing than it was,
yeah.
but instead it's just like
This
a
is
small,
smallish.
Just
it's
there.
It's a small horror story.
Yep.
So for my number 2, I have Gambler.
I think I like that.
Gambler is a cool idea.
Yeah, so it makes me think, obviously, the Gambler's trench coat and all that stuff since 14 already, but that's all the outfit for Sights, right? Is his name?
Setzer.
Setzer, that's it. Yeah, Setzer. Setzer's from 6 is like the definitive Gambler, although I guess you can say Kate Sith from 7. I hate Kate Sith, dude. Anyway, so Setzer is really cool, and like I don't have a great idea on how to make the class not frustrating to play in an MMO sense, because it is all just you're gambling. Every ability you do, you like toss a coin, roll a dice, play the slots, and then like if you get big, if you like roll big, you know, you get you call the heads, or like you get the 777s on the slots, you do massive damage. And in fact, Setzer's case, if you did the slots and you got 777s, it was instant kill on whoever you were fighting. Which obviously you can't put that in an MMO. But I think it would be really cool to see a gambler style class that uses like cards or like dice to fight, and like kind of like how already Dancer and Bard play a little bit. You could put like a proc based system, which adds that little bit of luck factor.
Oh yeah,
Gambler.
you could just call the buff luck anyway. too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All you would have to do is just make it so that like if you don't proc it, it just increases your luck meter. Like that's it. And then like because eventually you'll just hit big, you know.
Yeah.
Like and then I think that would be fair.
I think just a gambler cast in general would be really cool and just stylish.
Yeah, I like the style about it.
It's all fun, baby. You go big or you go home.
I was just gonna say if dice are their main weapons, it's just your average D&D player.
God, you're just leaving D4s around the fucking floor. No,
What do
I
you
mean
think?
I think gambling would be fun. The little gambler.
I think it'd be a lot of fun. Speaking of like the dice, whenever you play gambler and you're equipped to that class and you get in the regalia, the Final Fantasy 15 mount, it has the little dice chained in the mirror on your
my
fucking
God.
rear view.
Every time you step foot into the gold saucer, they like get out.
You're just banned from it until you switch classes. Not allowed. Get out of here.
We know your tricks. Get out of here.
What about you, Chris? What's your number 2?
So I decided to pull from my hopes and dreams that were dashed across the rocks when Endwalker came out. So everybody remembers who's done Shadowbringers, remembers like the basic like last dungeon of that expansion, like the post like 5.3 dungeon, I think.
5.3 was Hero's Gauntlet. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one with Tupac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like in that dungeon, the bosses are Necromancer and Berserker. And so the one that I wanted was Berserker because I thought it would be a really cool class. Mostly because, you know, my favorite is Warrior. So another fur-caped DPS, like another fur-caped class would just be great. Especially if it was a DPS. And I was thinking he'd probably have like dual axes and then he'd have a Blood Rage. kind of like Gage, and all he does is that as you rage up, your GCDs get faster until it like reaches a point where it's like fast enough, and then you do a burst, and then rinse and repeat.
I think that could be really cool. Just like a class in general that plays with GCD would be
like just like straight up simple. Just do your GCD, and like all your off globals are either buffs and or like just to increase your gauge.
Yeah, we need a job quest where the warrior light just goes feral.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Berserker would have been great.
You can argue that the Dark Knight class quest is like that at the beginning. Where you literally threaten a dude's life because he was upset that he blood soaked his like wares as a merchant.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think a Berserker class could be a lot of fun though. Especially like you're literally just like speeding up. The more you hit, the faster you hit. Like
yeah. Because originally I was thinking like, oh, it'd be fun if like you took damage and then like it did a buff. But like when do melee DPS like take damage unless they're 1, greeting, or 2, not in position? So
only when the boss makes it mandatory.
Sure. Yeah, that's the only time a melee DPS gets it.
Yeah.
Should be getting
so. Yeah. So that's why I was like, oh, just if you do your rotation correctly, it fills up your blood rage. And then GCD them up.
I think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
So if we had to put it to a vote, what are we voting for, boys?
Wow.
Ooh, my vote is tied between Berserker and Gambler.
Whoa. Don't disrespect my man.
It's literally not even a class.
Alright.
He's a character. I think I'm actually going to lean towards Berserker on this one.
Yeah, I'll go with Berserker on that.
I thought you were going to stick to your guns and choose Orange. Alright, well, Berserker, Adrian, put it up on the list.
Get a guy in a bear cowl or something.
Yeah. Just get like a little
I'm sure if you type in
bear.
bear man, it'll come up with something similar.
I don't think so.
Man bear pig. Put him on the screen.
Oh my god, no, please don't.
So with that, we're getting to our number 1 classes that we want. Kevin, what's your number 1? What's your
Waka.
most wanted job in 14?
Waka. No.
I don't know about those out bed,
Those stand blasting priest monkeys.
Oh no.
I just don't trust that machina.
That machina, oh god. No, but I guess, but it's similar, but it's like, it's Blitz Baller, or I don't know, maybe it'd be called like Blitzer, but like a ranged DPS like Waka, where you just fucking use a volleyball and throw it at people.
I think that could be a lot of fun. Like, and just like animation wise, it'd be super cool to see.
I just like the idea of beating down literal gods with a ball.
Just like a little soccer ball, just ready to demolish them.
No,
I can't wait for my capstone ability to be fucking the Jack shot.
Dude, I would love the Jack shot to be in the game, unironically.
yeah, that'd be really cool.
Actually, no, it'd probably be the limit break, huh?
The sublimely magnificent Jack Shot Mark III.
It's got to be the limit break. And like when you're doing the animation for the Jack shot as you're jumping into the air, all of the Jack lines start playing. You always cry.
You'll never make it, kid. I'm the best.
I'm the best. I've always loved you, Titus.
Make sure you're home late.
Jack is the best character in 10. I said it.
Agreed. Second best in my opinion, but not far off.
He's so well written. But I would really like to see a what is effectively like a professional athlete just demolishing gods.
Yeah. I do think it would be. I don't know if it would like replace Bard as like the dot DPS, but I feel like in similar to Waka's playstyle where he did a lot of like status ailment effects, I feel like it would be like a debuff dot priority on them. Yeah. I feel like that would make the most sense anyway.
I that makes sense to me. Like, because as it is right now with Bard, the dots are kind of just like they're there to supplement the damage, but like nothing is really dot procced anymore in Bard.
Yeah.
It's GCD procced.
But yeah, it's mainly just here because I like the idea of smashing the face of a mega in with a ball.
You just hear the fucking kickball noise.
Gaius, you're in Praetorium. Gaius lands on the elevator and just like, "Who do you fight for?" And you just hit them. You just throw the basketball in his face.
Ooh, I thought you were ready. You were just standing there. I thought you were waiting for a pass. I'm so sorry.
How very glib.
How very glib is your catching skills, man? Come on, keep up.
This is why you were picked last in dodgeball and PE.
Such
Bro,
devastation. This was not my intention.
Bro, I can
Yeah,
dribble
you were
past
intended
you
to
like
catch
3
the
different
ball.
times, man. Like, come on. The fuck you doing? I'm not even in water this time.
How are we supposed to beat the Xanacrid Aves at this rate?
What are you gonna do? Try your best?
Wait, you're gonna have Keepa as your goalkeeper? What are you even doing?
Bro, are you just throwing or what? Like I know that's what we're supposed to do in this game, but you're throwing a little bit too much.
Not that I can't handle it.
Pass, come on, pass.
Just a fucking jock.
Bro, what are you doing out there?
Freaking have
You're blitzing instead of balling, bro. What
dude,
the fuck?
your artifact gear is a freaking like varsity jacket.
I can't believe I'm out here balling and you're blitzing. What the fuck?
We ball together and we blitz together. That's the creed.
That's why it's called blitzball, bro. Come on.
What
Put
did
it in,
Captain
put it in,
Walker
come on.
say?
Grab one of the nubs on the blitzball. Come on.
Bro, just give me Waka as the drop instructor. Hey, those you gotta watch out for those nasty old beds, you know?
I don't want that. He'll just be like,
You got those here,
other
Dale?
message. It's like, yeah, they'd be like, you guys don't have any Machina in here, huh?
Yevon be praised. Oh, that's so funny to think of. For me, I guess you can say it's time for my number one.
I see what you did there.
don't
Yeah,
get
because it's
it.
Time Mage, baby. My number one's Time Mage. We're talking about
Did
Time
you
Mage.
magic that out of your brain? Got
I
him.
wished. But nah. I think Time Mage in 14 could be like interesting because like I think it could go either way for like a healer or a DPS class.
Yeah.
Because I think if you do it as a healer class, kind of like how Scholar has Expedia, you can have Time Mage's haste actually just be a movement buff for everybody so they can move faster. And then you could also do time shenanigans for how they heal stuff. Like, I was thinking, like, you could put a buff on somebody, right? And, like, when you put them on, like, the buff on them, it remembers what their current health is at that time of the buff applied. And then once it hits 0, it resets their health back to that time, back to that health.
That'd be fun.
So, like, imagine, like, in P2S, for example, right? Where, like, you're fighting it, and then, like, you solo tank the tank stack because, you know, you have home gang, you know, you're going to survive as warrior. They put the buff on you preemptively. You get hit with the tank stack, home gang drops you down to 1 health, the buff expires, and it resets you back to full.
All I'm going to say about that is that we got Sage, right? Like, Sage showed up this expansion, right?
Yep.
And it was so prevalent about how people don't know how to manage resources that it like really showed. And my back fucking hurt as a warrior main. Like, even with all these fucking buffs I just got, my back hurt. And you're telling me the next healer that you want to have is completely resource based?
I would like to see a healer that, like, reverse, like, I guess you can say reverses time on damage taken.
That'd be fun. Like how you do that, like without like coding a lot of junk code.
It'd be really difficult.
Cause like, okay, say like you snapshot their health and it's like 200. But like, you know, you didn't know that because the server bang, and so you're like, okay, I'm gonna help them out, and then you reverse their health back to 200.
They're at 200, you max heal them, and they just drops right back down.
It's just
And they're like, oh!
it's a super bolide.
It's super
Reverse slide.
It's super line just for healer. And
That'd
then
be awful.
but on a DPS spectrum for it, right? I think the obvious joke to make for DPS is like, you know, they do dots. It's a time mage. It does damage over time. Haha.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh my god.
But I think a cooler idea for it would be like, you know, in the Eden fights, there's that second boss, I think, in the first set of Eden raids, the spell and waiting boss.
Yes.
That for a DPS. Where
That would
like
be
everything you're
interesting.
casting as a time mage, you're literally like setting it up to have it explode later.
Ooh, that's actually
okay,
really
yeah.
smart.
So it
like
looks
that.
like if you were like, you know, using illegal third party mods or something like that, right? You could see that the time mage is at 0 damage or whatever. But then when all the spell waiting stuff procs, it then just like explodes their damage output.
Like it's just a setup mage.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I like that, actually. I
think-
like that versus the reversing healing, but
that would
they
be
don't want
really
to get put at 200 HP.
that'd be really stressful during like final and rage though.
Yeah. I think you would have to have an
Imagine
ability.
fucking up your spell and waiting. Like, that shit sucks.
Yeah, with a spell and waiting, you would have to remember what spells you've already used, what's already being like set up properly, like where's what on cooldown.
Well,
You
it
would
would probably
like
just come up as a buff. It'd be
So
like,
basically,
oh,
time mage would be like a concentration like spell user, like in D&D.
yeah, you know how Medion is an intellect-y?
Yeah.
A time mage player would have to be an intellect.
Oh my
E.
god.
stupid, bro. I don't want to work with this guy anymore. I'm done with this.
I'm putting in the timestamp.
Come on, the joke wasn't that bad. We don't have to cut it.
Okay, so for my top number 1 slot, I chose Templar because we need a mace in this world. We need a cool guy knight to show up in our DPS, and they're just big old metal armor. They got this big ass mace, and like they're just having a good time. Cause we got for melee DPS, right? We got a spear, we got a samurai sword, we got fists. Oh god, and we got ninja knives. So why don't we have a big ass sword or like a big ass mace, you know?
I think a mace could be really cool. Like, I would actually like to see a real mace and not like, what was it, the Crypt Looker Dragoon Spear they came on.
Oh man, like the cudgel.
Yeah. That thing was so ugly.
I hated that thing. I didn't remember it until you reminded me. 'Cause I usually just glam over like my 2 favorite dragoon spears. So
I think a mace weapon could be really cool. And when I think of Templar, I think of Beowulf from Tactics.
yeah,
Because, like, he was a magic knight. He was a Templar, and he was a magic knight where all of his magic was cast through his sword attacks. And added disabilities and buffs to people he hit, depending on what you wanted to cast.
yeah, I thought that too. It was like some kind of like debuffer or like, you know, elemental like attacker, you know.
I think that could be really cool. I just want to see magic knights in general. Like,
That
more of a
too.
prevalent thing.
That was my other like Final Fantasy 14 expansion choice was like a magic knight, because we have surprisingly lack of knights in this game.
Yeah, it's just your choice is just paladin.
Right. But don't get me wrong, paladin's cool, but I want a DPS knight, you know?
Yeah.
And I guess we kind of get it with dragoon, but it's not the same. I want like this big heavy guy who does damage. Like,
Yeah.
dragoon's a bit like you know, the slender like spear user who like, you know, darts out of the way kind of thing. I want just like the fucking ragey like kind of DPS that we have.
Yeah, I'd like to see a hulked out DPS.
It'd be great. And that's why I think Templar and or Berserker. So
No, that makes complete sense. So for that, what is going to be the Free
The
Company
top.
Chat's number one class?
number
they
one.
want?
It's kind of hard because it's all of our number ones.
Yeah.
I feel like we could do like the Mario Party thing, right? Where it's like, oh, you know, what we like the most out of each class. So then we don't have to like fight over like.
How about for the boat, for the one that gets the picture, we'll do most likely to get implemented.
That's never mind.
Okay.
Like, as much as I love this class and I want it the most out of any class in the series, like, I don't think Time Mage will make it to this game.
No, I don't think so either.
Alright, Adrian, just put in all 3 pictures. Everybody wins. Everybody's first place.
We're all a winner.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a ribbon.
No, okay. Let's say something nice about like each class. You know, I like the spell and waiting thing. For
Yeah.
the Time Mage, because like I feel like it's a creative way of like, okay, I've done this, okay, do burst phase now, boom.
Yeah, that seems
I like
like
that.
if it were to be implemented, it would be definitely reward people who are like, who definitely plan out shit ahead of time instead of just winging it.
I feel like it'd be fun.
Yeah, I think that would be a really cool thing. I think that'd probably be nightmarish on a server side for it though. Because
Yeah,
like
well-
if you picture the idea of like a world fate or something like that, right? And you have like 10 Time Mages playing. The server has to serve all of the has to save all the information from each spell and waiting from each Time Mage.
God, yeah.
Well, I
that's
feel
true.
like you could simplify it, or it'd be like, okay, you've done this combo of your time magic, right? And so it's like, oh, it's spell and waiting 3, you know,
That's true.
and then it'd just be like a little dot that shows up, you know,
That's true. They could do it that way.
like a chakra.
Yeah, that'd be a lot easier, a simpler way to implement that.
Yeah.
But on the opposite
then-
spectrum of this, from this big brain class, I really like the idea of a blitzballer. Just because like it seems like it's such a free flow class.
Yeah, I mean it's physical range, so I feel like that's like 80% of physical range is like descriptor is that it's a lot more free.
Yeah, you get a lot of freedom to play.
Unless you're playing machinist, which is a little bit less free out of the other two. But I also like blitzball because I think that'd be fun. Also, it's just funny thinking about like the fucking sound effect that they're gonna have to use, and the fact that, you know, because, you know, third-party tools. I mean, redacted. you could change the blitzball sound effect to whatever you want.
I would mod my character to be part of the 2002 Lakers.
What?
Oh my god.
I'll just change my character to Magic Johnson. Actually, no. I feel like if anybody would be a blitzballer, it'd be one of the Harlem Globetrotters.
God, bro.
The biggest brains when it comes to math.
Bro. I remember that episode.
Yeah.
Futurama episode is so good.
It's one of the ones that stuck with me all this time.
That and like the dog one.
Oh yeah, that one's different reason.
Really sad.
But then, like, I think with Templar though, yeah, I just agree. Like, I really want to see just a knight class be a DPS.
We don't have a lot of knights in this game.
No,
I just like to see more maces in the game.
That
like
too.
the
That
only
would be
knights in
nice.
the game are just Dark Knight and Paladin. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I feel like just round it out with a DPS knight, you know,
yep, I agree.
or a magic knight, you know, like fuck this Templar business. Magic knight would be cool too.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
Like just something cool like that, you know.
a melee caster would be neat. Yeah, I
It's
really
just
like
reverse red mage. You start your melee and then you do magic.
God.
these. Do it, ship it. I want it.
Literally all the same buttons, it's just reversed.
They translate the French words in red mage and they like change it to like I don't know. What's a good medieval like Europe
Cure bear.
country?
Instead of
bro.
Mercure, it's Cure bear.
Just backwards. I'm not gonna lie, it took me a moment.
I didn't get it either. I was like, that's not a country, I think.
For raise into raise word.
Oh man.
I just realized if you do for fire, it just sounds like you're saying fiber.
Fiverr.
How you doing, Fiverr?
I heard you had a commission you wanted done.
Oh, you're thinking of that Fiverr.
I was like, what track are you going on?
Must Hunter World.
Oh.
You just had this burly dude just, hey there, Fiverr.
Man, we should have done this podcast when we get sponsored by Fiverr. A great like lead in.
The best way to get content done on the
No.
lowest of quality.
God.
Now we're never getting that Fiverr sponsorship.
No, we're not.
I think we should call it here before I ruin anything else.
Well, with that lack of sponsorship, Kevin, take us away.
What? It's not my turn this week.
All right, Ryan, come on, ruin another
Do it,
sponsorship.
do it,
why don't
do
you?
it. Do it through the laughing.
Well, we're going to close it out today. I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation we had. Why don't you go ahead and send a tip to our editor at co-p.com/pandasol.
Dude, you're a mess.
All right, thank you everybody for listening and just kind of like theory crafting with us.
See you in a couple of weeks, y'all.
See you in a couple weeks. Hopefully, whenever we get our sponsorship, we keep it.
Yeah. Hopefully by then Ryan stops laughing. Later, y'all.